guys, it's Cindy from livingrich.with-coupons.com. How is everybody this great Monday morning? It is Meal Prep Monday. And we are going to do another great recipe. I hope you guys, if you were watching last week, I hope you guys enjoyed that recipe. My family loved it, so it was really great to have for dinners or lunches or whatever it is. So welcome as you guys are all starting to come in. And today's recipe is delicious and a little unusual with one of the ingredients mixed in with the chicken, and it's another sheet pan recipe, and I love sheet pan recipes. So easy. This one is chicken. What is actually the recipe called? It's chicken with sweet potato. I'm back. Chicken with sweet potatoes and Brussels sprouts. Super, super good. And it's got some cinnamon in there, which I thought was in the chicken, which I was like, at first, I wonder how this is going to taste, but it's so delicious and it's so good for this time of year. It just screams fall. So I'm going to get started with it. First thing, I have 4 chicken breasts, boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Now, these are a little thicker. You can certainly make them thinner because it does make a nice hefty lunch or dinner. So you could slice them thinner if you wanted to. But I have 4 chicken breasts, so we're going to add for the marinade, and first we put the oven on 425, so get that set. And then we're going to do the marinade, so then we can go on to chopping our vegetables. So we're going to do 3 tablespoons of olive oil. That's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of rosemary. Now, if you have, this is dried rosemary because I did not have any, but you can certainly use fresh rosemary if you have it. In the summertime, it's in my garden, but this time of year, it's not in my garden. And you're going to use 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And I know that was the one thing I was like, I wonder how this is going to taste, but let me tell you, pretty yummy. So 1 teaspoon cinnamon. And then 4 cloves of minced garlic, and I already minced it all up, so we're just dumping that in there. And we're gonna do, it's a 1/2 teaspoon salt and a 1/4 teaspoon black pepper, but I never measure my salt and pepper, I just put it in. And I actually use Himalayan salt, the chunk, but you can use kosher salt or regular salt if you wanted to. So we're gonna put the salt in there and the pepper. And then we're going to mix this up. And just so you guys know, so you can see, I have Christmas Ziploc bags. These are still from clearance from last year at Target. So I always pick up all those clearance Ziploc bags. This year I picked up the hefty. So I'm just sealing this so that I can just mix it up. And if you guys have any questions, make sure to put them in the comments below, because at the very end, I will answer any questions that you have. So I'm just mixing this up, getting this all together. That looks pretty good. And we're going to set this aside until we're ready to continue. So that's the marinade, and now we're going to do, in 1 sheet pan, we're going to do Brussels sprouts, 4 cups of Brussels sprouts. So I actually like to, whenever I cook Brussels sprouts, I cut most of them already, so you're not bored sitting here watching me cut all these Brussels sprouts. But I actually like to quarter them because I like really crispy Brussels sprouts. And let me tell you, if you're not really keen on Brussels sprouts, you're going to really love this recipe, and it might even be a way to trick your family into trying Brussels sprouts, because there's so many other ingredients in here that they won't even maybe notice that there's an unusual vegetable in there that maybe they haven't had. So I quarter them because I like them to be very crispy. So we put that on there. The next thing we're going to do is I already cut my onion because you don't want to see me crying on live Facebook video. So this is a medium red onion, and it's kind of like chunked. So like kind of a chunky. You can go a little more chunky if you want to. So we're going to put that in there. Geez, I can already, just doing this, I can already smell the onions. Me and onions, not so good together. And like I said last week, I've tried everything. I've tried the flame, I've tried the vent, I've tried running it under cold water. So we got most of the onions. We got the onions in there, got the rest of them. And then we're gonna do one sweet potato peeled. And this is, this is a little unusual. I actually use a cheese knife when I cut things like that are very dense, like sweet potato, because it goes through so much easier. I was going to just show you the difference. Like this is a little bit sticky, it gets sticky and hard, and the cheese knife goes right through. Because I guess the holes in there, it kind of breaks the air or something. I don't know. But I always use a cheese knife when I cut things like sweet potatoes and butternut squash and things like that. But we're going to chop these to be about 1/2 inch square. And I recommend getting them, as close to the same size as possible. It's not really, you can't really do that. And if you guys are good with using knives, and I'm doing something wrong, don't even tell me, because I don't know. I am a couponer, not a chef, but I am a home cook, not a chef cook. So my chopping skills are probably not expert level, but I get the job done, right? And that's what's important. So they're about 1/2 inch cubes for the sweet potatoes. And now tomorrow, you guys, it's time to vote. I hope you guys are all going to go out and vote. My husband is already making sure that I don't miss it. So make sure you go and vote. I'm voting for Brussels sprouts and sweet potatoes. Haha, you thought I was going to tell you. Nope. I don't even know, actually. I don't even know what I'm going to do. But we're not going to get into politics. We're not going to get into... But I just go out and vote. It's important. Everybody, it's our right to do that. So make sure you go do that. So I'm just going to finish cutting up these sweet potatoes, and then what's going to happen is this is going to cook at 425. I mentioned that earlier. It's going to cook at 425 for about 35 minutes. Now that's really going to depend on how thick your chicken is. If you're like mine is pretty thick, so it really probably needs to cook that 35 minutes at 425. And then after you are done, you're going to take out the chicken only and let that rest for about 10 minutes and cook the, oops, somebody's in for a treat. Did you get it? My helper down here. I just kicked off he took it away with a chunk of, are you eating it? Sweet potatoes. He loves sweet potatoes. Okay, so we got all that cut. And the last thing we're going to put in there, as far as food goes, is an apple. And I cored, whoops, I almost lost that too. I cored and peeled this already. And these are going to be actually bigger chunks, more like maybe 1 inch chunks as opposed to what we did with the sweet potato. See, it already starts turning yellow. I mean, brown. It's only been like 5 minutes since I cut it, but that doesn't bother me. So these are going to be like 1 inch chunks, and then, okay, look at how beautiful that looks. Look at that. Look at such colorful. Okay, so now we're gonna sprinkle this with a little bit more olive oil. Maybe like half a tablespoon. I don't really measure this stuff, but we do have the recipes above the video or to the side of video, depending upon how you're looking at this. And then we're gonna put more salt and pepper. And then we're gonna put the chicken right on top. But first we're gonna just mix it. And I just use my hands to get it all coated nicely. Oh, you guys, this is seriously, it's like comfort food. It is for this time of year, the smell of this and the taste of it is very much fall, let me tell you. Okay, so that is pretty well coated. Okay, let me just wipe my hands off. And then we're gonna grab the chicken that we were marinating earlier, and we're gonna just pop that right on. And they are coated. See, these are big pieces, so this might even take a little bit longer, but you wanna leave the vegetables on there for like another 10 minutes after you take off the chicken. So we're gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna wash my hands. Okay. So I already cooked this so that you can see it. So I would put this in the oven for about 35 minutes, again, depending upon how thick your chicken is. And then put it on a plate and the chicken and let it rest, which I did. Look at that. It smells so good. It's got that rosemary on top of it. And then I left the vegetables in there for another 10 minutes. I tossed them up again because the vegetables that were underneath the chicken didn't get as crispy, so they'll sit in there and get crispy. So I'm going to grab that. Oh, this is so good. Look at this. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Doesn't that look good? Doesn't that look good? Yay! I love this kind of food. It's my favorite. I can eat roasted vegetables all the time. All the time. So now we're going to take now you can make this for dinner. I mean, if you're making this for dinner, boom, done. It's ready. You could even prepare it in the morning and then, you know, put it in when you get home, or we're making it for meal prep. So we're going to put it in, and I'm going to put it in 4 containers with just 1 chicken breast each. But if that's too much for you, then just cut up that chicken like we did last week and divide it into 5 of them because I think there's enough vegetables for that. So I have 4 containers here, and where's my spoon? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we're gonna put 1 chicken breast, and remember, if you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments below. So we'll answer them. I'll answer them for you. So we're going to put this chicken in here. And then we're going to divvy up the vegetables into the 4 containers. And as you can see, this is probably enough. See, my favorite part of the Brussels sprouts is seriously this crispiness. Oh, is that the best? Oh, so good. I love Brussels sprouts. I know some of you are probably like, ew. But if you cook them right, yeah, they are so good. See, you can see there's probably enough for 4. So you can certainly separate this into 5 containers and cut up the... And I have a friend down here below me waiting for anything at all to drop. And there you go. You've got 4 meals prepped and ready for your week or for dinner or whatever it is. It's really such a great way to do it. So let me see. Do we have questions? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to see if I take your questions. And... let's see. Grace wants to know, what size is your sheet pan? I have no idea, actually.
It looks like a 9x13.
I think there might be a tape measure up there. Up in that basket there? Is there one?
I don't see one.
No. I don't know. I'll measure it and put it in the comments below so you can see it. You guys don't have that many questions. That was it. But that was easy. So you guys, if you... Oh, do they want to see this? Oh, if you guys are... we'll put a link to this as well. I use this to hold my bags. And you can get these on Amazon if you want. But they make it really easy to put food into a baggie. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this Meal Prep Monday. Make sure you go out and vote tomorrow, and make sure you do it before 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, because we have our live video tomorrow with all of this week's hottest deals. So I am going to, is that another message? Wait, maybe she had another message. Hold on. Somebody sent me something. Oh, no, there's more. Oh, so there is more. Wait. Nancy, how much did you pay overall for this meal? Well, I don't know the actual cost because I wasn't really paying attention, because I had a lot of the stuff already in my freezer that I get. Like, I had the chicken already in my freezer when I get it at a great price. Usually I pay $1.99 a pound for chicken. That's, I don't know how many pounds that is. And the thing is that the key, and I'm choosing recipes that have vegetables in season. Right now, Brussels sprouts are in season, so you're going to get them at the best price. Right now, sweet potatoes are in season. You're going to get those at the best price. What else we have? Apples are in season. So all of the items that are here, and I always going to try and plan meals around the best price of your produce, so that you can get, you're not spending a lot of money. Like right now, if you were to put, let's see, let me think of a vegetable, spring vegetable, beans or something like that. Those are more in the spring. So you're not going to get a really good price on those items. So it's good to pick items in your recipes that are in season. So Stephanie, do you spray the pan first? Nope, no spraying the pan first. Just put some olive oil and then your salt and pepper, and then just toss it, and then you're good to go. And as you can see, it really, there was really didn't sticker that much, so you're good. And there's, wait, see if she has more. Do you have more? Or is that it? I think that's it. Okay, so that is it for today. Make sure you stick around tomorrow. Come back tomorrow and join us at 11 a.m. for the hottest deals of the week. Good stuff tomorrow. We'll see you there. And make sure you keep on couponing.